Hello coding enthusiasts, welcome back to IMS Coding. Today we are diving deep into CSS Flexbox, an amazing layout model that can make your web design easier. So without wasting any time, let's jump in. First, let's understand what is Flexbox. Well, it's a layout model that allows you to design complex layouts more efficiently. But before we jump into the magic of Flexbox, let's set up our playground. Imagine we have a bunch of elements, a container and its children. We want to arrange them, and this is where Flexbox steps in. So here I am going to create a new file named flexbox.html. Get a basic HTML syntax by typing doc keyword. Now inside the body, let's create a div. So this is our parent div. Now inside it, I am creating some child div. So I want 3 divs. So type div here, then type asterisk symbol, and then how many divs you want. So I want 3 divs. So I am typing 3 here and then hit enter. So it will give us 3 divs. It's a feature of Visual Studio Code. Now let's write some simple CSS. So I am using internal CSS. First add a style tag, and inside it we can write our CSS. Here I am creating a new class called container. This class is for our parent div, and I am setting the background to aqua. Then setting the width to 100 VW and the height to 100 VH. Now we will learn more about CSS units in our upcoming video. So let's create one more class for our child divs. Creating a class called child, and then inside it setting the background color to green, setting the width to 200 pixel, also height 200 pixels. Let's add some border here. So I'm adding a border of 3 pixel, solid black. Now let's view this in the browser. Right click here and open this page using live server. Okay, now let's apply classes to our elements. So I'm applying container class to our parent div, and then hold Alt key to use multiple cursor, and then add class attribute, then applying child class. Go back to browser. Okay, now you can see here we have successfully applied our classes. Let's remove this default padding and margin. So type asterisk symbol, and then inside this set the margin to 0 as well as padding to 0. Okay, now you can see here we have removed the default space. So we have our container, and inside it we have our child elements. By default, these divs are behave like block elements. But what if we want them to play nice and flexible with each other? So here comes Flexbox. So I am adding display property to container class and setting its value to flex. So by applying display flex to our container, we activate the Flexbox magic. It transforms our container into a flex container. Get back to browser. Look at that. Our child elements are now in a row. Flexbox makes them line up horizontally, but that's just a beginning. We can do so much more. Let's see more about it. So now I am adding flex direction property. With the flex direction property, we can control the direction of our flex container, whether it's raw, column, raw reverse or column reverse. Flexbox gives us the flexibility to arrange our elements the way we want. Let's see this. So I'm setting the flex direction to column. See here, our divs arranged like a column. By default, the flex direction is raw. We can also set it to raw. Now let's see raw reverse and column reverse. So inside our reduce, I am setting the inner HTML to 1, 2 and 3. Let's view this. So let's style them. Text align, I am setting it center, and the font size, let's increase it, increasing it by 30 pixel, and then text, and then let's set the color to white. Okay, so see here, this is our first view, then second, then third. Now let's see raw reverse. So raw reverse will reverse our reduce. Now let's see column reverse. So I'm setting it to column reverse. Yeah, it will reverse our column. And just like that, we have changed the direction of our elements. Flexbox is all about giving us the power to control the flow of our content. But what about our individual elements? This is where flex items come into play. Each child inside our flex container becomes a flex item. And we can apply properties like flex grow, flex shrink and flex basis to control their behavior. So now let's see flex basis. So here I am giving an ID to our first view, child 1, and then targeting the child 1 ID and adding flex basis property here and setting its value to 200 pixels. Get back to browser. Now see here, the width of our first div is 200 pixels. It's like giving our element a space to begin with. Now let's talk about flex grow. So let's comment it. And just after flex basis, I'm adding flex grow and I'm setting its value to 1. So setting flex grow 1 means our element can take up valuable space. It's all about sharing of extra space. Now let's see flex shrink. So I'm commenting it, and now let's add flex shrink property and I am setting its value to 2. Get back to browser. Now inspect here. Now see here, when I am shrinking it, so our first div is shrinking more. It's because of flex shrink property. Now our elements are not just sitting there, they are growing, shrinking and bending to our will. One of the coolest things about Flexbox is its ability to handle responsive design effortlessly. So this video is just a starter video of Flexbox. We are going to learn more about it in our upcoming videos. If you want the source code, then please do check out in the description. This video is a part of our HTML and CSS Beginners Guide course, so please do check out our playlist. Like this video, share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button and press the bell icon. I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding everyone.